Hi, I'm Sharon Dooley, sports massage therapist, yoga teacher, and also a runner. When I came back to running myself from years of horse riding, but also having a desk job, I had really strong lower back muscles, not so strong glutes, and not so strong hamstrings. And when I was running, my lower back muscles were quite happy to get involved in doing the majority of the work that my glutes should have been doing first, hamstrings second, and lower back last. With the help of a sports massage therapist that I was seeing at the time, I was able to retrain those muscles in my glutes to wake up and do the work they needed to do, get the hamstrings to kick in when they should kick in, leaving only a small amount of work in my lower back, which meant that my next marathon was a lot more comfortable and I wasn't aching quite so much at the end. So, starting on all fours, have your hands roughly under your shoulders, knees will be slightly behind your hips. You shouldn't feel too much pressure through your wrists or knees or hips. You're going to reach back through your right heel, extend your right leg, lift your right leg up in line with your hip. Head stays in line with your shoulders, lengthening out through the crown of your head, out through your heel. Bring your leg out to the side, touching down. And then lifting your leg, bringing it back behind you, back in line with your hip. Bend your knee. Bring your leg through into a low lunge, knee in line with your heel. Reach up through your arms, tuck your back legs under, lifting into a high lunge, lengthening back through your back leg. Transfer your weight forwards, reaching forward, lifting up. Bring your knee in. Come into chair. And then come back up to standing. Stepping back down onto all fours. Reaching back through your left leg. Actually better if I do it that way. Reaching back through your heel, lift your leg in line with your hip. Take your foot out to the side, touch down. Lift up, bring it back in line with your hip. Knee comes through, coming into a low lunge. Knee in line with your heel, tuck your back foot under. Reach your arms up, lengthening through your back leg. Transfer your weight forwards. Try and get a straight line between your head and your heel. Come up to standing, back into chair pose. And then gently bring your hands down, walk your feet out. Feet are going to be around about 45 degrees, pointing out. And then just think of dropping your bum down. Now, if you've got a desk job, you're going to be tight through your hips. This is not particularly comfortable. It does get more comfortable with practice, so you might just want to wiggle around here. If it's comfortable, you can proceed to keep dropping, press your palms together. And I find my knees are quite often squeezing against my hands. And then from there, walk your feet back in towards each other. Come down to lying on your front. You can make a pillow for your head. Rest your forehead on your hands, chin tilted in towards your chest. Press down through your hips. Keep your hips pressed down, both of them. Reaching back through your right leg, lifting your right leg straight up. So it won't come up that high. Bending, it's cheating, it's not doing any good. Reaching back, press down through your hip and lower. And then changing sides. Keep that weight through both of your hips equal as you lift your legs straight up and down again. So hip stays down. If my hips do this, then I'm not going to be engaging through here. I'm going to be putting more pressure through here. And over time, you'll feel it because this will just start aching. So keeping the hips pressed down. It's not about how high your leg goes up. It's about encouraging these muscles to do the work first, then these, finally, these muscles. And that's where keeping your head in as well. If you're lifting your head up, this is already starting to have to work. which it doesn't need to do. So keeping your head, chin tilted in. And then from there, come over to lying on your back. Have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, ideally feet pointing forwards, about hip width apart. And then you're going to press down through your feet. Think of lengthening along the front of your body. Again, chin is tilted slightly in towards your collarbone. Lifting your hips up, sending your knees forwards. So you're really lengthening along the front of your body. And then just taking a few breaths there. Aiming to keep your hips level as if there was a steel bar going through one hip, out through the other side, and the bar is going to be equal on both sides, not tilting and twisting. Lower down. And just explore that again and try and get a sense that the hips come up level. If you've not practiced this ever or for a while, you might find your hips one side's stronger than the other, one side's more keen to get involved. Practice bringing them both straight up at the same time. And then lower down, hug your knees in towards your chest. And just gently rock from side to side. And then you can take your arms out away from you and just roll your knees over to one side, back into the middle, and over to the other side. You can do that either with your feet up like I've got here, or you can take your feet down towards the floor and just drop and roll to the middle and drop to the other side. So just have a play around with that, and I will see you next week.